Welcome to another episode of Brown Man Black Couch, late night edition. Just got back from the gym, did a bench set. So this week would be the week of 5-3-1 where I would typically do a deload. And it kind of worked well if I was doing a lot of jiu-jitsu, but right now I'm only doing that like about twice a week, sometimes 3. And so I feel like I don't need as much recovery time in between heavy lifts. But with that being said, I did lessen the weight a little bit today. So instead of doing either a deload or just going right back into my week of, like the week that would be 5-5-5, I did a burnout set for my first set of bench at 225. Got 20. I low-key capped myself on that. I had a number in my head, which was 20 before going into it, and I think that kind of limited me. Or it pushed me to get 20. I don't know, who knows? Maybe I would have gotten 19, but I feel like I could have gotten 21 or 22. And then I had a slight pause on the reps, even when I go higher than like 5-6 reps, I don't usually like to have a pause. But considering my shoulder still isn't 100%, after dislocating my shoulder about a year ago, I'm still pausing just so I'm not like bouncing the bar off my chest and kind of putting all that force on my rotator cuff. So after that, I did 2 sets at 75% of my training max. I just did 2 sets for 6 reps, and that felt pretty good. So the idea of burning out was so that it would, 1, I would tax the muscle, and then 2, that would allow me to make lighter weights heavy. So normally a couple sets at 75% wouldn't be all of that challenging just to do it for 6 reps. But because I burnt out doing 225, it made those next 2 sets really difficult. So I was still able to challenge the muscle, but hopefully save some wear and tear on my joints, elbows, shoulders, etc. Wrists. I don't really know if that makes sense, because like if your muscles are fatigued, then wouldn't that put pressure on your ligaments? But I don't know. It probably makes more sense for like wrists and elbows. I don't know that it makes sense for like my rotator cuff and like those other smaller ligaments around there. But either way, that's what I did, and I feel great. And then after that, just did some incline presses, 4 sets of those. And then after that, just like some rotator cuff that's not in the video, along with some tricep accessories that also not in the video, but I did push those pretty hard. There are times when I'm focused on powerlifting and I'm just the accessories are just borderline optional. But right now I'm also wanting to, develop some muscle. So I'm really trying to make sure I push those pretty hard. What else? I did cardio, half an hour of cardio. That felt good. This is the first time I've ever bulked while continuing to do cardio, and I do think that's making a difference. I think that's kind of limiting the fat that's sticking to me as I'm gaining weight. TBD. I'm trying to be as disciplined as possible while doing cardio or while bulking, and it's always been a little bit difficult for me, but we're gonna continue to see how it goes. I'm at 196 as of this morning, so probably gonna get to about 200-ish, depending on the weight class I'm picking for the powerlifting meet. So that being said, had a good session. I'm pretty stoked about it. 20 reps on bench press that's like a post dislocated shoulder PR, so I'm pretty pumped about that, especially considering that it's paused. Like if it wasn't paused, I could have probably just bounced it for like 25 or something like that. So I feel good. I think that's it. Zelda was not super happy about me being gone all day, but she's happy now. I mean, she wants attention, and she doesn't look happy, but she's happy.